Hi friends, how are you all? I'm so happy to see you all again in this class. We are going to see a new concept, a new topic in this class, especially the last unit, Unit 6 in this 11th standard communicative English subject, right? Friends, first of all, while we speak without knowing how we use words. We have a collection of words in our mind, in our heart. While we speak, we use those words. Have we ever thought how it has been formed? How those words have been formed? We don't know, right? So, let's just try to know how words are formed. We are going to see about word formation. And while you speak, when you put a question, when you ask your friend, "Hi, how are you? How do you feel? Yesterday, I got an information that you were not well. How do you feel now?" If you ask your friend, inquire your friend rather in such a tone, your friend will not be knowing what you are trying to ask or tell, right? This is where punctuation helps us. The next topic what we are going to deal about is punctuation also. And along with that, we are going to see what a gerund is and what an infinitive is, right? Friends, when I speak about spelling, why do I give much importance to the word spelling? Because when we pronounce, the pronunciation would be different and the word what we pronounce will have a different spelling. This is where we have to learn spelling, right? Now, let's see word formation and spelling. Words in English are not always spelled as they are pronounced. Spelling in English follows some basic rules and the majority of English words follow these rules. You can learn the rules, but there are always exceptions to the rules that need to be learned too. The main basic spelling rules of English relate to spelling and plural, doubling letters, dropping and adding letters, verb forms, prefixes and suffixes. Let's see one by one. When you speak about plural, the spelling for the plurals will be different from the spelling for the singular. Sometimes you would have to add a consonant. That is called doubling letters, dropping and adding letters. Sometimes you have to drop a letter and add some other letter for that, right? To show something else. So, these are all the things what we are going to deal about one by one, right? Shall we go to the next now? Yeah. When there is a prefix, we do not normally add or take away more letters. What do you mean by prefix? Yeah, you would have learnt it from 6th standard, right? From your high school level, right? An, dis, im, il, ir. These words, such words are used as prefixes, right? When you use such prefixes, you don't usually add some more letters along with the word, right? Because already these words are used in prefixes, right? Dis plus obey, disobey. Dis is a prefix word and obey is the term for which you are adding the prefix. Obey, disobey. Immediately you get the antonym for the word obey as disobey, right? Inhumane, humane, inhumane. Misspell, misspell, spell, misspell. Over here. So, Sometimes we add prefixes to get antonyms too, right? This is how you form words. Prefixes with il, im, ir. We commonly use the prefix il, im or ir when the first letter of a word is L, M, P or R. Ill before L, illegible. One more word. Very good. Illegal. Very good. Fine. Legal, illegal. Legible, illegible. Superb. Im before M or P. Immoral. Very good. Ir before R. Irrelevant. Another one word. Yeah, good. Irresponsible. Responsible, irresponsible. By using these prefixes, what do you get? You get antonym for those words. Usually, friends, when you speak about singular nouns or plural nouns, what do? For third person singular, you use or you add s along with the verb, whereas you don't add s along with the verb for plural nouns, right? Yeah. Spelling and plural forms. There are rules for the plurals of regular nouns and the s forms of regular verbs. The general rule is add s. Where do you use s? Where do we add s? Very good. When you have singular subject, you add s along with the verb, whereas you don't add s when you talk about the plural subject, right? Bring, brings. Day, days. Year, years. Smile, smiles. Speak, speaks. Town, towns. You add s for the nouns also to show the plural form of the nouns, right? If the ending is pronounced as ich, that is ch, or s, we add es, that is. How do we pronounce it? Is. It is not s. The spelling is es, but the pronunciation is. How do we pronounce it? Shall we see? Yeah. Noun plurals. Bus, buses. Church, churches. It's not buses, churches. You're not supposed to pronounce like this. The spelling is es and the pronunciation must be is. Buses, churches, right? Then, when you add s along with the verb, cross, crosses. She crosses the road. It's not she crosses the road. She crosses the road. Fetches. He fetches the water. Right? It's not fetches, crosses. Right? Now, let's go to the next. If a word ends in an E, we add an S. For base, for the word base, it ends in E, right? To show the plural form of the word, what do? You use yes along with that, right? Bases, judges, faces, looses, right? If the word ends in a consonant plus Y, we change Y to I and add ES. Friends, you just cannot add ES along with the word which ends with the word Y. Fine. Usually Y comes next to a consonant. When it comes next to a consonant, automatically you have to remove that Y and you should change it as ES. Before that, what should you do? You should add I and then complete it along with ES, right? That's very important. Baby, babies. Opportunity, opportunities. Then, when we speak about verb forms, marry, marries, right? Reply, R-E-P-L-Y. You change it as replies with the help of I-E-S. Before that, what should you do? You should remove Y, right? We add ES to some words ending in O. Shall we see those words? Yeah. Noun plurals. Tomato. Tomatoes. Here what do? We write E and then S. We write for verb forms also. Echo. E-C-H-O. Echo. What do? You write E and then S. But for few words, you avoid E, you write S directly next to O. Shall we see those words also? Yeah, fine. They are videos, discos, pianos, memos, photos. Here, you don't add E next to O. Fine? Fine. For some nouns ending in F or FE, we form the plural by changing the F or FE to VES. You cannot directly add S next to F to show their plural forms. We completely change that F into VES. That is loaf, loaves, thief, thieves. You just can't say as loaves, thieves, shelves. You just cannot add S next to F. You completely change that as VES. Shelf, shelves. Wife, wives. Right. Now, doubling consonants. When you want to stress a particular word or term, what do? You have to add one more consonant to that, right? We often double the final consonant of a word b, d, g, l, m, n, p, r, t. When a suffix beginning with a vowel is added, ed, er, est, ing. What are those words? Shall we see? Yeah. Hop plus ed, hopped. Reddish. When you want to say that color is reddish, the eye is reddish in color, right? R-E-D, it's not just I-S-H, D-D-I-S-H, reddish. Rubbed, R-U-B-B-E-D, rubbed. Sitting, it's not sitting, she is sitting on the floor. S-I-T-T-I-N-G, slimming. Thinner, traveler, T-R-A-V-E-L-L-E-R. Friends, sometimes while you use your laptops, you would get a red underline when you use double L, showing that that is a wrong spelling, because that particular laptop would have American dictionary, right? Usually British English dictionaries have the spellings along with double L, right? Whereas Americans, what do? They use single L. You would have seen in the word program, P-R-O-G-R-A-M-M-E, right? In British English. Whereas in American English, What do? You cut this M and E and you say it as P-R-O-G-R-A-M for the word program, right? Wetter, W-E-T-T-E-R, wetter. When we add a suffix to a word with more than one syllable, we double the consonant only when the word ends in a stressed syllable. Admit plus ing. Which is a consonant here? In the word admit, A-D-M-I-T, ter is the consonant. What do? You double it, right? Admitting, A-D-M-I-T-T-I-N-G, admitting. Where do you stress? You put the stress in the word ting, right? Forgetting, F-O-R-G-E-T-T-I-N-G. Occurrence, you don't say it as occurrence, it's occurrence, O-C-C-U-R-R-E-N-C-E, right? Preferred. How do you say that? P-R-E-F-E-R-R-E-D. It's transmitted. It's not transmitted. It's transmitted. T-R-A-N-S-M-I-T-T-E-D. Upsetting. It's U-P-S-E-T-T-I-N-G. Upsetting. Compare visit or enter, where the spoken stress is on the first syllable. Visit, visiting. It's not visiting, it's visiting. Enter, entered. Next, dropping and adding letters, the final E. That is the noun formation. Approve, approval. You don't add AL next to E. You cut the E, the letter E, and then you add AL and you form a noun. This verb approve, what do? You add AL to it and form a noun using AL, approval. Invitation, invite plus A-T-I-O-N. You cut E and what do? Invitation, I-N-V-I-T-A-T-I-O-N. You add A-T-I-O-N, cutting this letter E. Argue, argument. Whole, wholly. Hope plus ing, hoping. Hated, true, truly. Fame, famous. Note, notable. Due, duly. Right? Next, changing Y into I. When we add a suffix to a word ending in a consonant Y, we normally change Y to I. Amplify plus ER, amplifier. Amplify is a verb, right? What do? You cut the letter Y, you add I along with that, you add ER. There we get a noun amplifier, right? Busyness, business. Daily, daily. Furious, furious. Purification, purification. Reply plus ed, replied. Then IE or EI. If in doubt about IE or EI, when the sound of the vowel is as in brief E, we spell it A. But after the letter C, we spell it A, right? Achieve, belief, diesel, niece, relieve. How do you pronounce these terms after C? Ceiling, conceit, deceive, receipt, perceive. Fine. Let's see the next. Usually we misspell words. It's not misspelled, it's misspelled. That means writing the spelling in a wrong way. For example, committee. What do? The moment you listen to the word committee, you start writing as C-O-M-M-I-T-T-I or C-O-M-I-T-I. It's not that. The correct spelling is C-O-M-M-I-T-T-E-E, committee. And what are the other words? Eminence, opportunity, patronize, souvenir. As I told you before, we are going to see about how you have to punctuate, how punctuation helps us in understanding, for a better understanding, right? How well do you know your punctuation? Why is it important? I'm just going to read a story with the punctuation, how it helps, and I just want to show how it helps us to understand the story in a better way, right? A panda walks into a cave. He orders a sandwich, eats it, then draws a gun and fires 2 shots in the air. Why? Asks the confused waiter as the panda makes towards the exit. The panda produces a badly punctuated wildlife manual and tosses it over his shoulder. I'm a panda, he says. Look it up. The waiter turns to the relevant page and finds an explanation. Panda, large black and white bear like a mammal, native to China, eats, shoots and leaves. From this you would have understood where a sentence has to be stopped, where it has to be continued, where it should have a pause. So punctuation helps us to do all these things. Shall we see the different types of punctuations? Yeah, full stop, you know that, to end a sentence. Comma, to divide items in a list or to give a sentence clearer meaning. Question mark at the end of a sentence when a question is asked. Exclamation mark at the end of an exciting sentence to emphasize a strong feeling. For example, you don't put a question mark while you use the word wow, right? You put an exclamatory mark there to show your excitement, right? Semicolon, to link major elements of a sentence. Colon, before a list. Like once you see a colon, you can very well understand that there are few items described after that particular subtitle or about that particular subtitle, right? Quotation marks to show the beginning and the end of what someone is saying. Hyphen to join words together. How do you call it? As? You call it as? Compound word. Good. Superb. Apostrophe when showing ownership or to show missing letters. Friends, you have been given a task in your book for which I have done a slide. Fine. I am just leaving this slide just like that for you to do the task by yourself, right? If at all you need any reference, you can refer to this slide later for the answers. Fine. Shall we go to the next now? Yeah. Now we are going to see about the verb forms. As you know, finite and non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs are participles, gerunds and infinitives. Verbs which have the past or the present form are called finite verbs. I saw a sparrow chirping on the roof. I see a sparrow chirping on the roof. I have seen a sparrow chirping on the roof. They had seen a sparrow chirping on the roof. Of the two verb forms, see and chirping, only see changes with tense. That is the finite verb. Verbs which do not change to indicate tense number or person are called non-finite verbs. Fine. Now, Let's see what are non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs do not indicate the action of subject or noun, number or tense, mood or gender in the sentence. They are commonly used in the sentence as nouns, adverbs and adjectives as well as to form non-finite clauses. Non-finite verbs are classified into three types. They are infinitives, participles and gerunds. Infinitives. It is considered the base form and uses the word to before the verb. It functions as noun phrases or modifiers of noun. Example. It is our responsibility to save sparrows. Water bathing is similar to dust bathing. Now, participle. It is formed by adding ing or ed. When you add ing, that is present participle, right? When you add ed, yes, that shows the past participle form of the verb. Good. To the basic verb, it is used as an adjective that modifies a noun. Creating awareness is the key to survival. Fluttering their wings, the sparrows splashed in the water. Let's go to the next. Gerund. It is verb that ends in ing and is used as a noun. A gerund is otherwise called a verbal noun. Verbs are sometimes used as nouns. That is a verbal noun, right? It can be the subject of a verb, the object of a verb or the object of a preposition. Perching on the ground, the sparrows search for grains. Nesting of sparrows was very low last year. Now, you are given a task to underline and to show whether you have found the gerund or the infinitive, right? Which has been done by me, right? Underline the non-finites in the given sentences and identify its type. Friends, for your reference, I shall leave this slide also, which you can use as a later reference after doing this task by yourself, right? Hope you would have enjoyed my class and understood the concept what all have been dealt with all this time, right? Until we meet in a new session with a new topic. Thank you.